The whole team's running in, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new video. This is going over some of my tips and tricks that I personally use in Insurgency Sandstorm. To give you a little bit of background information on me, I was an Army officer in the United States Army for 4 years. I'm level 106 in the game. I have 123 hours in game, and I played quite a bit of the first game Insurgency on the Source Engine, as well as the mod that came out for Counter-Strike. So I've seen how the development has come across until today. So my number one tip is to equip smoke grenades. This is any person that is starting to play this game or has been playing the game for years. Equip smoke grenades, please. Help your team out, be able to push the objective properly and actually get some proper concealment from the enemy so you can push in, because it's not easy for the enemy to see through. Obviously, they're going to maybe shoot through it. They may get a lucky shot on you, but that's the whole point of concealment, is to obscure the enemy from being able to see your position. Smoke grenades are only a point. The smoke grenade launcher for the underbarrel is only a point as well. If you're running from open area to open area in these large linear danger areas, or LDAs is what we call them, you're going to result in an easy kill for the enemy. So these fields, these roads, whatever it is, smoke is going to be your best friend here. My second tip: flanks. Utilize flanks. This is something that almost every single game you're able to do, and everybody is aware of that. However, why is it that I keep seeing people literally run from point A to point B, the most direct path of travel to the objective, and then they keep getting schwacked because they don't want to flank, and it's going to take them maybe a minute or 2 minutes longer for them to get into a good position to be able to properly flank into the objective. Use the flanks to your advantage. A majority of your team will most likely push to the most direct path of travel. So as a defender, this is where you're going to get a bulk of your kills, is from that main path. Usually that center lane is what you're going to see. However, when attacking or maneuvering toward an objective, you got to use those flanks to your advantage, whether you're taking a bulk force of, let's say, 4 to 5 enemies at one time in the center lane. This is going to move to more of a 1 to 2, maybe no enemies at all on these left-right flanks, and it's going to give you an easier opportunity to get to that objective, or to even just get visual on the objective and maybe take out some enemies so that your teammates that are pushing up have an opportunity for survival. So not only will this flank give you a good opportunity of getting enemies killed on the objective, but you can also stop them from being able to push into the objective from their spawn. There are some areas that you're able to get to where it's going to force the enemy to either put a large force on you, start getting ordnance on you, such as grenades, mortars, things like that, or they may just change their route of travel and start going to more of a center or right flank if you were, let's say, on the left flank. This works both for attacking and defending. Obviously, we understand that flanking works both ways, but I see too many people rushing that middle lane and they just get smoked right off the bat. So please utilize your flanks, start pushing out, maybe equip a 2 times or a 4 times optic so you have the opportunity to get maybe those mid to long range kills, and try that out. Helicopters. I see so many people running around and getting just destroyed by helicopters. Now, we know that the AH-64 Apache and the Black Hawk helicopters do a bunch of damage. The AH-64 is able to do a rocket attack right before it starts shooting its 30mm cannon, and we also see the Black Hawk is just zapping people with that minigun left and right. The Demolitions class is obviously a great choice to be able to take these things out with one very well-aimed rocket or an RPG of some type of launcher is able to take those things out. However, you're able to take your small arms, aka your primary weapon system that you have in your hand. If you shoot towards the tail of the helicopter, you can take it out. It's just going to take a lot of people to come together and really make it happen. If you have a team that's really willing to listen, and you have even 6 to 8 guys and gals on your team shooting at that thing, you're going to have a better opportunity taking it out quicker than one guy who's shooting RPGs at it and consistently is missing. So just keep that in mind. One of the big keys here is audio. And I see too many people when I'm spectating them after maybe I have died and I'm spectating, I can hear the enemy running around them and they aren't doing anything about it. They're just sitting there and they don't hear them. So there's an acronym that we use in the military. It's called SILS. It means stop, look, listen, and smell. Obviously, we can't smell the enemy in a game. We don't have that technology yet. If I'm moving from one objective or one piece of hardcover or concealment to another piece of hardcover or concealment, I'm going to stop. I'm going to then look around. I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen for any audio cues, footsteps, gunfire, any type of voice lines, proximity chat. No, I'm not. Go away.
Yes, you are.
Off.
You're gonna die, boy.
Off.
You're gonna die, boy. Oh, he ran away.
Damn right I did.
No, he didn't. He's still here, B. Where you at, bro?
Come up and play.
Want a piece of that ass.
All of those things work to your advantage in listening, rather than doing this run and gun that maybe you're used to in some other type of games like Call of Duty Battlefield. That doesn't necessarily work in this game because it's a 1 to 2 shot take you out. So I highly recommend using SILs. Stop, look, listen before you are moving from one area to another. And this is going to help out a lot more, because if you're running into an unknown area right away, you're probably going to get killed. A tactical disadvantage moving into an area that you haven't really scoped out and you aren't understanding where you're going to. So try using that to your advantage. Stop, look, listen. Proximity chat and voice commands. You can taunt people in this game into getting them to show where their position is. You can audio cue find them. That is a lie.
Shut your bitch ass.
I can't hear you. Why don't you come and find out? Yeah, that's what happens. Damn it! I heard his voice. He's maybe to the left a little bit around this barrier. Or I'm doing a voice command and taunting them. There are taunts in this game along with your proximity chat. So use that to your advantage as well. Lastly, some small tips that I have for you all. Holding the reload button will show you how full your current magazine and how many mags you have left in your inventory. By double tapping the reload button, it's going to cause a fast reload where you're going to toss that mag out. It's going to be gone and you're going to put a brand new mag in. It's a lot faster than a more tactical reload where you're taking that magazine out and you're putting it back into your kit and you're taking a new magazine out, because what that allows you to do is then go back to a resupply point and you can refill your magazines if you need to. Now, the biggest tip that I have for you is to just put time into the game. And one way you can do that is by playing the PvE mode if you find yourself just getting destroyed by PvP early on. PvE is a great way of learning the maps, understanding what spots are good, what spots give you good opportunities to fire in on the enemy and get a tactical advantage. But if you're a baptism by fire person like myself, where I just like to punch my head up against a wall until I finally break through, then figuring those maps out and finding out which corners people like to sit in and which areas of the map people like to go to are really important. And there are a lot of people that will do a lot of pre-firing around these corners as well, where they know people like to sit here, they'll do pre-firing. Tracer rounds. Some people will equip tracer rounds. I personally do not like using tracers. I saw a couple comments asking me why I don't use them. It's because it's a good way to be seen where your shots are coming from the enemy, and I don't like that. But some people will use tracer rounds to help show where they're shooting on a target, and it'll help your friendlies hone in on that specific area to then start putting rounds on target. So there is a give and take when it comes to tracer rounds, but it is a good way of finding an enemy's position as well. So look around for those tracers and see if it's coming from an enemy weapon system. It pays off when you are moving a little bit slower. You have your weapon system at the ready rather than sprinting and then having to pull it up, versus if I'm here moving around, pull up, I'm able to get a more efficient shot on target instead of that, as opposed to this. You can see the timing is a little bit slower. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your thoughts are on this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll be sure to get to them. Appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions, I do stream on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we'll either do a Saturday or Sunday stream starting 8:30 p.m. Central Time over on Twitch. I'll get the link down in the bio. Hopefully we'll see you there. If not, no worries. Take it easy, take care, stay safe out there, everybody, and we will see you on the battlefield.
I got the shivers.